name's Patrick Hesp. I'm a strategic professor in coastal studies at Flinders University. So our project is to look at several things, but two of the major parts are to look at the historical changes since the 1970s of beaches and dunes along this coast, and particularly to try and look at if there's a signal of climate change and particularly sea level rise and impact on those beaches and dunes. And secondly, we're looking at vegetation and dune field change from Goolwa down the Younghusband Peninsula from the 1940s to present, using mostly aerial photography and satellite imagery to assess the kind of changes that have gone on in that period of time. Yes, there is potential for community involvement in the projects through information we can glean about, for example, the nature of farming on the peninsula. There were sheep and cattle ranches, farms on the peninsula at various times from the 1800s on, and some of that has had a significant impact, along with information about rabbit numbers and how they've changed over time, and also information from the public about storms and the nature of changes to beaches and dunes related to those storms. I think from the point of view of what the general public may like to know, partly it's about how have these historical changes happened and what are the main drivers. For example, we know that with the rabbit plagues of the late 1800s into the 1900s, the vegetation change on the peninsula was quite dramatic. Similarly, there's some impact from sheep and other farming activities. But also, I think it's really important for the public to get a feel for what their beaches and dunes are doing over time, how they're changing, and then how we're going to manage them going forwards by options like building reefs up as a sort of green engineering solution, retreat, building seawalls, etc., and how that's going to happen into the future, what we need to do.